What's up, everybody? Sensei here. This video is about power, torque, handling, and pedal clearance, height of the pedals on these EUCs. I was watching the Black Cobra's latest live video. I'm put a link in the description. Him and Showtime. I'm telling you, they laid it down. I'm going to play a little segment from that, and this will pretty much lead off the whole video. So enjoy. Let's rock and roll. If you're living in the UK or Europe, let EUC'S provide you with all your PEV needs.
The V11, it doesn't have the top speed, but I knew going into this race, top speed was not going to be it. As long as your wheel can do 30 miles an hour, you got to be able to corner. Cornering was key for this race. That's why I used the V11 again, because I brought the Sherman and the 16X, excuse me, and I was like, which wheel am I going to use? But the more I looked at that track, the more I ran the track, I was like, nah, the V11's the wheel. And the V11 was the beast. The V11 made it happen because it was them tight corners that made it happen, because Showtime wasn't giving up nothing.
I was just doing my thing. I mean, let them know though, because the 16X did
Yeah.
place
Yeah.
until the end, and they held a really good spot until the end.
Yeah. So the 16X, that's why I brought it, because I know it has that good torque. And I thought maybe a smaller wheel might be better on this type of track. And I almost brought it in, but the pedals are not high enough for me to get an advantage. And honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I was racing. Don't get me wrong. I was not giving up. My determination is what kept me in there. But being able to corner that tight and stay in the race and then capitalize when I saw opportunities, that's the only reason. And the 16X would not have been able to do it for a guy my size. We had, who was it on the 16X? Victor?
Vic, yeah.
Yeah, Victor. Shouts out to Victor. Victor was out there doing it on that 16X. He was getting
He's
it.
coming for me.
I was like, no, he ain't.
I mean, it was all about taking the turns, the corners tight, and whoever took the inside had to hold it.
Yep.
This is a perfect example of what I'm trying to explain. I used to watch these races years ago. They were known as the David and Goliath races. This is a Mini Cooper versus a V8 Mustang. And you can see the Mustang just blaze off and leave it down a straightaway. But on the turns, these little Mini Coopers would run these things down, man. They had epic battles. They were crazy races, and you can actually go on YouTube and check these things out. But I definitely think there's a place for some of these smaller, torquier EUCs on indoor tracks. I think they're actually in some cases better than the bigger EUCs. So check these races out, and just phenomenal stuff to watch. Here's some examples of the smaller EUCs that I think would have done well at the Indoor Wheel Life Rally 2021. It wasn't about speed. It was all about handling and cornering. That's what this race was all about. And the way that this EUC market is moving right now, you have a lot of people making custom parts, and you could buy shorter pedal hangers now for some of these EUCs. I actually found some for my Tesla V2 that I'm going to order and put on for this next indoor rally. I believe that the Tesla would have done much better if it had pedal clearance, higher pedal clearance to be exact. So I think that's a game changer. I definitely think there's a place for these smaller EUCs, especially for indoor racing. There's many factors that go into racing, and I don't care what type of racing it is. If you cannot put the power down to the track, having a lot of power means absolutely nothing. So if you have a track that has a lot of twists and turns in it, especially with these bigger EUCs, and they don't have the ability to put all that power down, a small EUC could actually have a better advantage. But with the EUCs, it comes down to, do you have enough pedal height or pedal clearance in order to make these sharp turns so you can actually utilize the power? That's the question. The last thing that I'd like to add is about the MCM5 V2. They added a wider tire and increased the height of the pedals, making this even more of a beast than the original. I do believe that there's room for racing, especially indoor racing, for the smaller EUCs. And this last example I'm going to show is another David and Goliath race. It's between an Alfa Romeo and a V8 Ford Galaxy. If you like videos like this, please hit the thumbs up button, sub to the channel. Thank you for watching. Hello. Good night.
Yeah, carrying a fair old lick of speed. Talking speed, look how close the Alfa Romeo is again, but actually look at the red and white Galaxy. That is catching, and it's going to be a three-way battle. The fastest of that trio at the moment is Tom Christensen, and Frank Stippler actually had to come off the throttle a tiny weeny bit so he didn't hit the back of the white Galaxy of Jochen Mass that's leading the race. We've got a Lotus Cortina to go past number 16, Rowan Atkinson, any second now. So
you can see the headlights of the Alfa Romeo reflecting off the rear bumper. Acres of rear bumper on that Galaxy. They're behind one of the Cortinas, and this Galaxy went very quickly in Bill Shepherd's hands yesterday. Its owner is looking good on the overall thing, but of course Alex Furiani will take over from Frank Stippler in the Alfa, and down another Alfa gets down there, instantly dives to the outside, and through comes Frank Stippler. Absolutely sensational piece of outbraking into Woodcote. Frank Stippler leads the way.
Well, he chose that moment very well, and now we've got...